Here's another podcast from the Pod Bros Network.
Welcome back to another episode of the Jean-Pod Van Damme Cast, in which we are reviewing the television series Timecop, this canceled one-season ABC sci-fi action. We
Detective
would even
drama.
argue, yes, comedy as well, in which this is episode 3, Stalker, October 6th, 1997. I really hope we get a Halloween episode since it, fell between those times.
Yeah, that would be really cool.
This episode was directed by Philip Seguritia. Writers were Elliot Stern and Mark Verheiden. Let's see. There's no trivia, but there are goofs in it, so we'll do goofs after we do this. The famous face in this one that you guys might or may not know, Ian Pascoe comes back, who played Tim O'Brien, who played Ian Pascoe. He was in the first one, the pilot, with Jack the Ripper. He makes an appearance in this one. Lisa Thornhill plays Rita Lake, the famous 50s movie star at the time of this. She was in 2012 is the last thing she did, Major Crimes. Played again Dick, Celeste Kane for 5 episodes. Veronica Mars, the 2014 movie that was one of the first successful Kickstarters of hey, let's make this a movie, as Celeste Kane. Rush Hour 3 as Nurse. She's done a lot of USA stuff.
Oh, hell yeah.
Veronica Mars, Celeste Kane for 11 episodes from the TV series. CSI, of course, because everyone has to do CSI. Charmed. There's Charmed again.
Hell yeah.
Ooh, she was in Red Dragon as Mrs. Sherman. Uncredited. Star Trek Enterprise as Female Alien.
Oh, there's our...
our tie-in for that. The Family Man is Evelyn Thompson, the Nicolas Cage movie. Cage Cast, coming soon.
Rage in the Cage.
Rage in the Cage. That's the name of it. Did we already talk about that? That's the name of it. Rage in the Cage. A Very Unlucky Leprechaun with Sharon Connor.
Is that a Hallmark movie or something?
I hope so, man. Family fantasy, family adventure.
Oh, I don't think
Very
we'd be
Unlucky
allowed.
Leprechaun overcomes great adventures. I bet you will guess who the leprechaun is. Do you know who the leprechaun is?
Warwick Davis?
Yes. Of course it's Warwick Davis. The only, small person.
I was going to say it's either him or Vern Troyer.
Yeah, exactly. And this is 1998, so Vern Troyer was not on the scene. Rest in peace, by the way. Meet Wally Sparks, Priscilla Preston, the Rodney Dangerfield movie.
Oh, hell yeah.
Ooh, she was in the Drew Carey Show. She was in the Shining TV miniseries as Rita Hayworth lookalike.
Oh, man. I remember watching that. It wasn't very good.
And yeah, I'll leave it at that. So there we have it. Let's see. Clifty Young played Detective Rick Nolte because he kind of plays a lot in this as well. Mr. Bailey in The Craft. Oh, he was
in The Craft? Wow.
Yes, he was Brad Majors in Shock Treatment. Shock Treatment is the unofficial sequel to Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Yeah.
So
that's cool.
Yeah, man. Yeah, that's amazing. Flight of the Navigator is Bill Freeman.
Oh, man.
Wow. Well, now Glory. Wow, dude, this guy's actually been in a lot.
He's been around. A lot of movies that
well, no, I was
big influences on my childhood viewing.
Seriously, dude. 138 credits to his name. Good on you, dude. Still doing stuff. He's in Grey's Anatomy, Solar Flare, The Young and the Restless, Just Legal, The Hunt, Alias, Threshold, Girlfriends, Jack and Bobby, the TV series. I forgot all about that television series. Touched by an Angel, CSI, of course. All right, I'm going to stop right there because he's in a lot. You've seen his face, so I'll leave it at that. And that brings us into the episode itself. 1956, Hollywood, California, August. Hey, Johnny, kill anybody lately? The guy knocks over the photographer, this little short photographer guy, which now I have to look up the short photographer guy.
This is becoming an obsession.
I know it is. Which, I don't know what his name was.
Photographer.
That's what I thought, but it's not.
Photographer. I
Joe-
think they did
Joe
name him.
Alturo. Ralph Martin played Joe Alturo. He was Mr. Brown in Pirates of the Caribbean. He was in Hail Caesar as director of action western. Shameless as gun salesman in one episode.
Another Shameless
seriously.
alumni.
Wizards of Waverly Place as a customer.
Oh, I love that show.
I know, me too. I made the excuse that my younger brother would watch it, so that I had to watch it. What's your excuse? My younger brother was watching it too.
Yeah, that's what I heard. So,
so you had to watch it. Oh man. Evan Almighty as a delivery guy pushing daisies. Ugly Betty. Veronica Mars. There's another Brian Weevil's boss. Everybody hates Chris. Okay, I'm gonna stop.
Yes.
So yeah,
we've gone too far.
I've gone way too far. I am so sorry. I am terrible at this.
You're not sorry at all.
This is what happens when I take the lead on doing all the hosting for the podcast. So
he goes mad with power.
I do. Mad with casting power. So the Johnny actor knocks over the photographer when opening the door for the lady. He stops the car, goes in for a kiss on her. She tells him they're just friends, and she takes off.
He's like, women.
Yeah, pretty much so. A guy comes up behind him acting as paparazzi, hits Johnny with some weird facial recognition thing, then electrocutes him. We see his face, and now he looks like Johnny.
Which doesn't really play into the episode at all.
No, not really. not
you
at
think
all.
that he's like stealing his identity,
Yeah.
but like he only uses it once.
And then we see who it's revealed to be as.
Yeah, that was very strange.
But we found out Johnny was supposed to die actually a couple weeks after the time that he died then. He got... they were worried about the actress going to die, which will ruin the whole future, which we come to find out the reason why soon. They might have mentioned it there, but I don't recall. I know they mentioned it later on.
Yeah, they mentioned that she is the future...
She's the mother of the future
president.
44th president of the United States. So
Barack
Obama's mom. We found out it's Barack Obama's mom.
The Barack Obama mama.
I had no clue that his mom was a famous actress in the 50s. So that's awesome, man. The more you know. So we see some girl checking out a dress in a mirror. Logan pops through the mirror, scares the crap out of her. Could you imagine? Like, I just couldn't imagine that. A dude comes through my mirror.
It was kind of weird.
Is this the fucking Candyman? What's going on here? Logan pops up at the crime scene, takes a look at the car. There's like the body burnt into the leather, which was pretty hilarious. Yeah. He looks at the cigarette lighter and sees that it was rigged with some tech to electrocute him.
And the cop's just like, oh, it's
They're like, nothing. Just that's what happens.
Yeah.
I wish I was a cop in the 50s.
Yeah. So what's the cause of death? Smoking.
Yep.
He was even worse than the constable in the first episode.
Yeah, man. Yeah, dude. Logan picks up the matchbook that has a place advertised on it. We see Barry Manilow is in the hotel, like Ledger.
Yeah.
So that was kind of weird. Was that the pseudonym name that Ian Pasco was going under, maybe?
Who knows?
I don't know. Logan's at the hotel. He picks a lock on the room, sees all these posters and stuff of Rita Lake. He also notices a cover from 1957 on the wall versus the year that they're there, 1956. So he knows that's a time traveler that's doing all this. He then finds a new piece of tech. It almost looks like a mini DVD player, but playing floppies on it.
Yeah, and don't they call it a DVD?
I was just going to say, at first it sounded like they called it a DVD. They said that technology had been around, but then when she says it out, it sounds like she says a digital video player.
DVP?
So I don't know if she said DVD or DVP. But yeah, an officer tails Logan. He shows him the hotel room. The officer says leave the police work to him. Meanwhile, Rita walks into her house with a present at the door. Someone else is in there. It's Johnny, kind of. Rita is scared. Logan pops up all of a sudden and fights the fake Johnny. Johnny gets the upper hand and leaves. His face changes. And this is where we see that it's Ian Pasco.
Dun dun dun. Who for some reason decided to kill this lady in his quest to become the ultimate murderer of all time.
Of all time, yeah, man.
Why not just go in the past and like replace Hitler?
Seriously, man. I mean, you would really want to do it. Maybe he does. I don't know. We'll see.
We don't know if
So,
for all we know, he really did.
We see Lucy and Marilyn Monroe are talking about having kids and whatnot. They walk by, and then that's it. The officer shows up on set to talk with Rita. Logan is there as well. They butt heads. Logan sees the small photographer who says he has info for the right price. And that's when we get the future Claire talking about a DVD They got a locked deposit box. This was kind of cool what they did. Mm-hmm. So Logan goes back in time to a bank. He puts the poster, the DVD tech, and everything in the locked deposit box so that in 2007 they end up getting it.
Yeah,
and
that's smart. That's past dead drops.
Yeah, man. Yeah, that's kind of cool. I don't know how they got a key for it, but they were able to do it. So there's that. She tells him, hey, there's something different about this paper. It's not actually from 1957. It's a new invention where the paper doesn't crumble. That she crumples it up or burn, and it just reforms.
With really hokey CGI.
Yeah, man. Wish my comics would do that. So I didn't have to keep them in plastic bindings. Logan and Rita are having dinner together. He tells her he doesn't think it's safe. She says, don't worry, there are security guards everywhere, and kisses him on the cheek. And then we see him talking with the photographer who wants his bread. He's like, he knows who's going to kill Rita, and then some guy comes out and kills him, shoots him. And it's the best death ever, because he's like, oh, falls over and falls asleep.
He just sounded disappointed.
Yeah, I know. He's like, oh, man. I made a name for myself being a short photographer, and this is what I get. It's the bad guy. It's Ian Pascoe from 1888, and he's there to kill Logan. Logan is throwing bowling balls at him, making them explode everywhere. Damn that pesky 7-10 split as Logan runs and jumps through the bowling pins. Logan's throwing pins all over. He hits Ian in the back and runs away. And we see the officer is there instead. So Logan escapes, but the officer makes him walk back inside, and then they arrest Logan. We see someone posted bail for Logan. It's Rita Lake's attorney. It's actually Ian. Dun, so dun, dun. He must have killed another poor dude who played the attorney then, or maybe he
just tied him up. I'd imagine he murdered him, though.
I know. Well, why wouldn't you murder?
Yeah.
If that's what you want to do. And that's when we see that they say Rita gives birth to the 44th president of the United States.
Barack Obama.
Jack's partner shows up, Claire. What's going on? She's looking mighty fine in that beautiful dress. And she said, I studied the past. This is what they wear. And he's like, hubba, 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 hubba.
Hamana, hamana.
Yeah, hamana, hamana, hamana. I'm surprised they didn't go like Looney Tunes with them and have his jaw drop and eyes pop.
Steam whistle.
Yeah, man. He tells her to watch the officer that's been tailing him. She shows up at the police officer, kind of flirts with him a little bit. He allows her to use his phone as he goes off to a meeting. She gets the gun from his desk and looks like she's looking at the bullets or whatnot. All the meanwhile, I forgot to mention, because of Johnny who got killed, they also mentioned some of the other people who got killed too with the same bullets around that same time. And if you don't know by now, I just kind of spoiled it right there.
Yeah.
Ian is faking as if he's one of the producers or whatever on the set, tells Rita she needs to show up now. But when they get there, we see that it's a closed set, except they won't let Logan in, but they let Rita in. And then Logan looks over and it says there's no filming today. And then he runs in. We see that the officer is there. He knocks Logan out. He pulls a gun on Rita. He said he killed all the people trying to get close to Rita or those that didn't treat her special. He says he's going to treat her real special. Ian shows up. There's a safe hanging above them.
Nobody noticed.
I know, man. He has a laser pointer basically shooting at this rope that's tied up to burn the rope.
So they did go Looney Tunes with
this
episode.
Did, man. They really did.
Acme safe.
Yeah, man. He tells the officer to drop the gun. He won't. Logan's partner we find out she removed the chamber from the gun while he was in the office, so the gun doesn't work. Ian kills the officer. Logan uses some rope to do some Peter Pan flying. He gets into the scaffolding. Somehow Ian gets in the scaffolding. They fight. Ian gets kicked off and falls to what we believe is his death. Jack saves the laser. Ian's not dead. His partner takes him off. I mean, that's a long fall.
Yeah.
And no, she takes him off.
In the future, people are more tough.
That's right. You kind of
future of 2017-ish.
Yeah, everyone's all drunk, and that actually kind of makes sense. We're all drunk and depressed, so like we don't tense our muscles when we go into accidents.
Yeah. Just like drunk drivers.
Yep, exactly. Thank you. That's right. On the same brain wavelength there. Logan and Rita talk. She wants to get to know him better, but he's like, I gotta go. I have a job offer. She says, you never wanted anything from me. And he's like, I just wanted you to be safe. And they kiss. And
he makes out with another person. He's like the Captain Kirk of time traveling cops.
Dude. Yes. That's a great nickname. I would feel honored to have that nickname.
Hell yeah.
So we're now back in 2007. They're watching the black and white movie at the Timecop headquarters. He's like, this is my favorite part. It ends and it says dedicated to Jack Logan.
He never uses pseudonyms or anything.
I know, he uses his legit name. What a jerk. And then Ian, we focus in on Ian in his futuristic jail cell, and he said, I like my ending much better. And then that's the end of episode 3. So yeah, that's it, man. What did you think of that episode?
I mean, it was all right. It was basically, in a lot of ways, a rehash of the first episode.
Yeah.
They use the same villain. They have the cop who thinks that he's the killer in it.
Right, yeah.
Of course, this time it turned out the cop was the killer.
The cop was the killer, yeah,
which was a
man.
cool twist.
Yeah.
But it was okay. It was probably my least favorite of the first 3 episodes, though.
Yeah, the thing with this one, I totally forgot that there was that going on with, like, the killings all around.
Mm-hmm.
And they made it seem like it was Ian this whole time, but they're like, why would he didn't use the old gun to do it?
Mm-hmm.
But then all of a sudden, it was the cop. I was like, oh, yeah.
Another cool thing about it, he did use the same weird super sci-fi shotgun that he used in the first episode.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's a continuity there.
Mm-hmm.
So the goofs in this is just one. When the guy in the bowling alley is killed, the shooter is behind a wall and would not have been able to make the shot. He walks into line of sight in the following scene.
Future gun.
Yeah, I know, right? Have you actually, what was that movie with whipping the bullets?
What was it called?
With Angelina Jolie.
Yes.
And
it was
Professor
based on
Xavier.
a comic, right?
Yeah, it was. It was based on Wanted.
Wanted. I
yes.
think that was it.
Yeah, man. And Morgan Freeman,
ironically
right?
named film.
Yeah, man. Because no one wanted it.
Yes, no one wanted to
Except
watch
for that
it.
GIF. The GIF that keeps on giving with the keyboard. That's when he hits the dude in the face and spells out "fuck you" with the tooth and everything.
I believe you mean GIF that keeps on jiving.
Oh. You are correct once again. All right, so that wraps it up, man. We're actually making good time on these.
Hell yeah.
So that's it. We're getting into episode 4. We hope you all enjoyed that. As always, patreon.com/podbros, Amazon, use our link, tee.pub/lic/podbros, and please rate and review us on your favorite podcatcher app. I am John.
And I am Jeff.
And you have been listening to another episode of the Jean Pod Van Damme Cast, which is dedicated to Jack Logan.
Wherever you are.